Is the highest offer always the best offer? Or is the best offer always the highest offer? Follow me in this video. I'm going to tell you why you should always choose the best offer over the highest offer. A lot of people teach you should always tell your buyers you're going to accept the highest and best offer. And me personally, I agree with that because you always want to go with the highest and best. No, it doesn't mean the highest offer may not be the best offer. I know that may be a little confusing, especially if you're brand new, but you should always go with the best offer versus the highest offer. Let's break that down. What does that mean exactly? So let's go over 3 scenarios. Let's say you have a property under contract for $50,000 under contract. You put it out to your buyers and you get tons of leads in, tons of people wanting to buy the property, buy your contract from you. The first offer that comes in, he's a brand new buyer. You've never worked with him, but he seems to be pretty decent. He's using hard money. Hard money means that he's using the funds from a company rather than his own personal funds. So he's a brand new buyer. He's using hard money and he can close it, on your timeline. And he's offering you $5,000 above what you're asking. So you're asking $60,000 and he's offering you $65,000. Now be mindful, you have the property under contract for $50,000. So he's offering you $65,000 for that property. That's $5,000 above what you were asking. So your assignment fee could potentially be $15,000. Buyer number 2. Buyer number 2 is one of your trusted buyers. He's already purchased 2 homes from you in the past. He has his own personal funds. He's offering $60,000, which is exactly what you're asking. So he's offering you $60,000, the exact price you're asking, and he can close it on his own timeline. He's good to go. So he's going to allow you to make your regular $10,000 fee on this assignment of contract. Now you have the last buyer. The last buyer is someone you've never worked with. They're new to the market, but they're offering you, let's say they're offering you $70,000. You have it under contract for $50,000. They're offering you $70,000. So now your assignment fee can potentially be a $20,000 fee. However, this last buyer is going to use bank financing. This last buyer is using conventional bank financing. I'm not sure if you've ever worked with anything from a bank, but banks are oftentimes, they require a little more work, a little more, paperwork, a little more by the book, textbook closing. So they may require several appraisals. They may require several inspections, and they may require several things to get the transaction closed so they can fund it. Remember this, banks aren't in the business of buying houses. They're in the business of lending money. So they want to be sure that they're lending on a good asset that that you can take down. That's a great asset for them, and that you can pay them back on time. So let's think about this. The first buyer is using hard money. He's a new buyer, but he's offering you $5,000 above what you're asking. So your assignment fee on the first buyer could potentially be $15,000. Buyer number 2 is a trusted buyer that you've used in the past. He closes on time very quickly. Now he's offering you exactly what you're asking at $60,000. So your assignment fee is going to be $10,000. Buyer number 3 is totally new. They're offering you $70,000, which is $20,000 over what you're asking. Your assignment fee can be $20,000, but they're using traditional bank financing. In my personal opinion, I've done it all. I've worked with banks, people who are using traditional. It can be a headache. And I've also worked with people who are using their own personal funds and hard money. So it's going to be up to you what you want to do. But in my personal opinion, you should definitely not go with number 3. Although you can make a lot more money, it's going to involve a lot more headache. Trust me, a lot more headache. But again, it's your personal belief, personal opinion. It's going to be a lot more paperwork, a lot more appraisals, a lot more people coming out. Should you fix this? Should you fix that? And think about this, the properties that we get most times, they're going to need some work. They're going to be as is properties. And so banks may not lend on the property if it's under a certain threshold for its price. If the condition is not, where it needs to be, they may not lend on that property. So maybe a lot of loopholes you have to jump through to get it funded. However, if it's a hard money loan from a company or from a personal account, anything goes. You can make up your own terms, whatever works for both parties involved. Or if it's a hard money lender, you got to go by their guidelines as well. So my personal opinion, the first offer and the second offer is what you need to go with. Listen, you're gonna take a haircut, but the first two offers, in my opinion, are the offers you should accept and you should go with. You may not make 20,000, you may make 10,000, you may make 15, but that's still great money. That's a lot of money. So just remember this. The highest offer is not always the best offer. I will rather close with someone that I know can get it done, that's fast, that has their own funds, or with a hard money person who can still get it done, less regulation. My personal belief, I've done many deals with people all over, and that holds true that banks are going to be a little more strict on what they lend on. So next time you have a deal, just think about that and ask yourself, here's what I want you to think about before we get out of here. If you have the opportunity to make $20,000 on an assignment fee, but the person is going with traditional bank financing, are you going to go with that and risk that, jump through the loopholes? Or would you rather take a $10,000 haircut to go with a sure thing, to go with a traditional cash buyer, someone you have a relationship with? That's a tough question, because $10,000 is a lot of money, the difference there. But leave me a comment. Let me know, what would you do? Again, would you take the $20,000 assignment fee traditionally through a bank? Or would you go with the hard money or a personal loan for someone that can buy the property and close quickly? Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to be providing you with a lot of value coming up, more videos, more content. But leave me a comment. Let's go back and forth. I'd love to talk to you soon. Thank you so much.